Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick review of a couple movies that I watched over the past couple days. I watched In the Heat of the Night with Sidney Poitier, and then the sequel to it, They Call Me Mr. Tibbs. And I know there's a third film with Mr. Tibbs, or Virgil Tibbs, the character, and it's called The Organization, I believe. I don't have that one. I'd love to see it, so I'm going to have to hunt that one down. I think it's on Blu-ray, and I need to find it. But I just felt like watching these. It had been a long time since I'd seen In the Heat of the Night, and it's a fantastic film, and I had never seen They Call Me Mr. Tibbs, and this is the Kino release, and it's a really good release as well. So, but I just thought I'd give a real quick review on them and give my thoughts. In the Heat of the Night, obviously, this is put out by MGM and United Artists, but you can see there does have some special features like commentary with Norman Jewison, the director, Lee Grant, Rod Steiger, cinematographer Haskell Wexler, which it's cool because Rod Steiger passed away several years ago, so he's on here doing commentary. Turning Up the Heat, which is movie making in the 60s, which I watched. Great documentary. The Slap Heard Around the World, which if you've seen the film, you know what that slap is about. Quincy Jones, Breaking New Sound, which his soundtrack is awesome in both of these movies. Quincy Jones did the soundtrack. Ray Charles' song In the Heat of the Night's on this as well, that was done for the film. Great song. Love Ray Charles. But yeah, this was winner of 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. But Sidney Poitier, Rod Steiger, and Lee Grant all won Oscars for this film, and it stars Warren Oates is in this. You know what's funny is I was watching this with my wife, and I was like, "You recognize that guy?" And there's a guy they chase down in one part, which is a pivotal part of the story, and he's actually Herschel from The Walking Dead, but he's really young because this was 1967. So it's cool to see actors like way back, like in a film and seeing where they started and things like that. But he was great in this film as well. But you can really tell it's Herschel. He still looks the same if you're a Walking Dead fan. He just doesn't have the beard or the white hair, and he's much thinner and all that stuff because he's so much younger. But anyway, In the Heat of the Night is about Sidney Poitier's character, Virgil Tibbs, who is kind of stuck. He had come to visit his mom down south, and he is a cop in Pennsylvania, and he stumbles across a murder and kind of gets stuck there and ends up aiding Rod Steiger's character, who is the chief of police there in this case. And there's a lot of racial tension in this film. It's very interesting with segregation, everything that was going on. This film was released in 1967, so it was very fresh on everybody's mind, and you can really see the tension in this film. And Sidney Poitier, to me, is like Denzel Washington. I mean, he's the Denzel Washington of that era. He's a fantastic actor. He's got that commanding presence, and he doesn't mess around. So he was fantastic in this movie, and it's just a great mystery, kind of murder mystery thriller with some great chase scenes and great whodunit kind of, searching out and figuring out who committed this crime and all those things. I don't want to spoil it if you've never seen it, but I highly recommend this movie. It looks fantastic on Blu-ray, and it deserved all the Academy Awards it got. It still holds up today, and it still resonates today, so I highly recommend you checking that one out. Next up, I watched the Kino release of They Call Me Mr. Tibbs, which is a famous line from the first film. Kind of a weird title for a movie, though. But this movie also stars Martin Landau and a lot of other people. It has, and I forget his name right now, but he was in the show. My wife loved the show Young Riders, and he stars in this as well. The character from that is in this. T-Bone, Wishbone, something like that. But anyway, this film is in San Francisco, and you get to kind of see, he's not kind of fish out of water in this one. He's in his own element, and he is solving a crime it's a murder that involves somebody that he knows. So there's a minister in this movie that he is friends with, him and his wife, and he kind of has to, solve this crime, and there's a lot of kind of convoluted story there and what they're trying to do. My only problem with this film is a follow-up to In the Heat of the Night, which is such an amazing film. This felt more like a TV film, like a made-for-TV movie, and I didn't really, I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it, but it didn't have the same impact as the first film. Good performances. Love Martin Landau as well. The story kind of really comes together, and I enjoyed it. It's just a good cop story, but it has Edward Asner in it, and there's a lot of recognizable faces Anthony Zerbe, Jeff Corey. You'll see a lot of people in this. Quincy Jones does the score, and that was the standout to me in this film, was the music. The score in this is awesome. It's got this very memorable kind of loop that runs through it, and that's the film there on the TV. Just finished checking it out. But I recommend it, though. I would watch this film. It just doesn't have the impact of the first one. I'd love to see the organization, which I know involves more of him fighting like a drug cartel and things like that. Never knew there was a third film till I started checking these out. But yeah, I just felt like watching these films, thought I'd share my thoughts on them. Highly recommend both releases. The only thing with Kino is it is what it is. It's a fantastic transfer, but there's no special features or anything like that. So, but I recommend picking it up anyway, just because it's a good film, and yeah, I recommend watching it. Anyway, but those are my thoughts. Let me know if you've seen these movies, or if you've seen The Organization, the one I haven't seen. Let me know if I should check that one out or purchase it. And I hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and also subscribe if you haven't. And I will talk to you guys later.